Okay, so we're back in school. I know all of us parents, and actually I think kids feel this too, really glad to have the structure back in your life. When my kids were, going in and out of school, done in June, starting back in September, I loved it when they came home in June. I couldn't wait for summer, but honestly, I couldn't wait for them to get back into school. I just love the structure. So now we're back in structure. Things are good. And I wonder how many of you have had some emotional kind of drama moments with your children. Maybe the kids are sad that nobody's playing with them on the playground. Maybe there's been some being sent to the office for spitting. By the way, teachers and principals always go after that spitting first week of school. We want to knock that down. So, you know, some problems, natural problems, probably has impacted your children. And here's what a helicopter parent would do. They would swoop in and try to solve it. A drill sergeant will yell and tell the child a lot of shame, a lot of guilt. When the child comes home and says, "Nobody play with me on the playground. I won't share the ball with me," or "My teacher's mean. She wouldn't let me put a star in the chart because I forgot my backpack." Here's the thing: a consultant parent, a great consultant, love and logic consultant parent, instead of shaming, guilting, or swooping in and saving, they do this. They use the 5 steps to ownership of the problem. They hand the problem back to the child. And you'll see that there's a handout attached to this called How to Hand Problems Back to Your Kids. So the first step, and by the way, I have a hand motion with this, so it's easy for me to remember how to hand problems back to my own kids. So the first step is empathy. "Oh, bummer, really? Playing alone on the playground? That's tough. I remember when I was little, it was tough." So, what do you think you can do about that? And by the way, don't point to the child. It really doesn't feel good, but it might be okay for you to point on your chin, but it'll help you remember, hand it back to the child. So, empathy, ask the child, what do you think you can do about it? It's a great tool. Then, here's the kind of a tricky thing. I like to touch these 3 fingers to just kind of remind myself, I'm going to be brainstorming with the child. I'm going to take my time with them, support them as they come up with ideas, give them some ideas, but here's the key: you want them to make the decisions. You're not making it for them, you're not swooping in and saving them, and you're not yelling and telling them. So just give some ideas. When I was little on the playground, this is what I tried, or I know some kids have tried this, or your older brother also dealt with this and he tried it this way. So your last step is to high five them and to say, "Try it, buddy. I think that's a great idea. I think it would be great to just go up to another kid who doesn't seem to have somebody to play with and just say, 'Hey, you want to play with me? You want to go over in the jungle gym? That's a great idea, buddy. I'll try it tomorrow.'" Now here's the thing. The next day, this is the fun part. He comes in from school and you'll say, "Hey, bud, did you try it? Did you go up to anybody? How was the playground?" And you have this nice supportive dialogue going on. And if you're a faithful parent, I'm a Christian, and so I frequently would say this to my kids when they were kind of getting that point that they were making that decision. I'd say, "Hey, keep me posted. I'm going to be praying for you about it." And as soon as they'd walk in, I'd say, "Hey, how'd it work?" And so often, it was also building their faith to see that God was really present in the little things in their life. So here's the 5 steps. Bummer, offer that empathy. Always approach with empathy. What do you think you can do about it? Brainstorm with them and make sure that you put some consequences, the kind of dialogue, explain the consequences a bit to them, because kids don't know cause and effect. So brainstorm with them, give some cause and effect on it, and then high five them and let them try it. Try it, enjoy it, and by the way, number 1 tool to use as a good parent all the way through your raising your kids, even when kids go off to college.